This is Aaron Toner's Summary of Learning for EPE 310 Winter 2013. When I first found out we were taking EPE 310, I thought, awesome, we have a gym class. Maybe we'll get to play dodgeball, volleyball, and some floor hockey. Let me tell you, on our first day, our professor made it very clear that this is not a gym class. This is phys ed, and that we wouldn't be playing dodgeball, volleyball, and floor hockey. The number one thing I learned about this semester that stuck with me was the concept of teaching games for understanding. Before EPE 310, I'd never heard of this concept, but once I understood it, I fell in love. Teaching games for understanding is a concept that teaches students tactical skills that they need to complete sports before actually diving into the sports. They learn about sending, receiving, hitting, defense, offense, spatial awareness, and footwork. How could we expect a student to be able to play volleyball before they even understand the steps that they need to take to successfully get to the ball? There are 4 kinds of games that are played in the Teaching Games for Understanding's concept. These are invasion games, net wall games, target games, and striking/fielding games. The first game we're going to discuss is target games. Target games help students learn how to successfully reach their target, avoiding obstacles. A game that the skills students gain during these games would be golf. The next type of game are net wall games. In net wall games, players try to get an object in the opponent's area of play more often than the opponents do theirs. The skills that the students gain from this game would be used in a sport like volleyball. The third game are striking/fielding games. In striking/fielding games, the batting players try to score by hitting a ball out of an area of play, running between safe areas, without being caught by the fielders. Can you guess what an example of this kind of game is? You got it, baseball. The fourth and final kind of game that we are going to discuss are invasion games. In invasion games, the participants are trying to get an object in the opponent's area, while the opponents are trying to prevent this from happening. An example of a sport that these skills would be used in is soccer. The next thing that we worked on in this class that I enjoyed was getting to dive into the physical education curriculum. The first thing we discussed with this curriculum were the 3 goals. The 3 goals of the phys ed curriculum are the active living goal, the skillful movement goal, and the relationships goal. We had the opportunity to look deeper into what these 3 goals were and how they all are connected across the phys ed curriculum. Next, I took a look at the different outcomes and indicators, and I realized there are a lot more outcomes and indicators in the phys ed curriculum than there are in others. I thought, yikes, there are so many expectations and so little time. I mean, how can I cover 116 indicators in the given time that we have in a year? Once I looked farther into the outcomes and indicators, I realized that many outcomes and indicators would fit into one lesson, and I thought, maybe this is possible. The next thing that I really enjoyed personally from the curriculum were the area that discussed the connections with other areas of study. This area gave us ideas of how we can take a topic from phys ed and connect it to other subject areas such as art, English language arts, health education, and phys ed itself. I really enjoyed this because I learned in my 3-week block that when students discuss a topic over more than one subject, they'll be able to gain a fuller understanding for it. We also had the opportunity to look at an in-depth year plan. The year plan consisted of what would be done through August to June of that year. I really enjoyed this because it was a great visual for us to see. It was color-coded, and it discussed the 3 steps to teaching students their fundamental movement skills. The first step is initiating, the second is expending, and the third is applying and challenging. One of the last things that I took away from this class was the importance of relationships. I have always been someone who thinks relationships are very important. I truly believe that relationships are the key to success. It also helped me realize how strong of a community we have within Section 20. Throughout this semester, I got to watch us all working well together in the gym and working towards a common goal and strategizing, which was awesome. As you can see, this has been a very well-rounded learning experience in my EPE 310. I'm very happy that I had the opportunity to take this class and grow and learn alongside my peers.